Welcome back, everybody. It is Math Monday on the BPG channel, and I, for one, am really surprised at how easy this Symbiote of the Spaceways event is going to be. So if you want to know what you've got to do to be successful, then join me in this video where we will break down all the math that we know so far. Right, this week we have 4 events to cover. So the main event, and the one that I think we're all going to be very excited about, is Symbiote of the Spaceways. This is the free-to-play unlock for Void Knight. We are going to be earning Symbiote Surfer orb fragments in this event, which we're going to be able to open to get the Void Knight shards. This also has a corresponding daily web milestone called Herald of Clintar. Both of these events start today, January the 29th, 2024 at 1 PM PST or 9 PM GMT if you're like me in the UK. And they run for 7 days. So this is going to finish on the 5th of February 2024 at 1 PM PST or 9 PM GMT. And as I mentioned, the Herald of Clintar, starting at exactly the same time, is a daily web milestone. We also have an Alliance event in Isotope Innovation, and we also have the Quick Rumble. Now, I wouldn't normally cover the Quick Rumble, but I need to cover it this week. Not so much for the points, but I need to mention something on it, so that's why it is on the list of events to pay attention to. Isotope Innovation is the Alliance event. It starts the 30th of January 2024 at 1 PM PST or 9 PM GMT. And finishes on the 4th of February 2024 at 1 PM PST or 9 PM GMT. And Tech Wizardry, which is the Quick Rumble, requires Darkhold this week. Starts on the 2nd of February 2024, 1 PM PST, 9 PM GMT. Finishes on the 4th of February. And the reason why you need to pay attention to this Tech Wizardry is because during this time you will be able to earn fragments for the Symbiote of the Spaceways event. You will be able to earn the Symbiote Surfer orb fragment, and that is going to come from Blitzwinds. So you really need to take part in Tech Wizardry. We're going to cover the Alliance event, Isotope Innovation, first. In this event, we are going to be needing to spend ISO 8 energy at a 1-to-1 point ratio. And we're going to need to earn Allied Supply 3 orb fragments at a 1-to-1 ratio. The reasonable free-to-play total for any engaged alliance should be 255,600-ish. Let's see where that gets us on the chart. And we can see here that those 200,000 points will get us down to milestone 16. Getting us some dark promotion credits, some level 5 blue ions, and some level 4 blue ions as well. This should be fairly simple. Even with fairly minimal engagement, your alliance should be able to get to the milestone 1363,100. Do remember that we are currently doing the Race to the Top event as well, and the level cap has increased to level 100. So any Isotope 8 energy that you are spending and farming is going towards that XP, towards your Commander 100 level. So it's important that you're doing that. There's quite a few gold orb fragments in this event as well, so that's very nice to see. What do you need to do? Well, you're going to need to do 4 50 core refreshes on ISO 8 energy. Remember, it's not really 50 core refreshes per day because one of those gets covered by your daily objectives. We get 60 Isotope 8 energy in that. So that's very simple. And if with all 24 members of your alliance doing that, you'll get 135,600 points. And then if this event is anything like the previous events have been, we will get 1,000 Allied Supply 3 orb fragments from the daily free claim. Again, if all 24 members of your alliance are claiming this over the 5 days, that will give you 120,000 points. Now I'm going to cover the web milestone, the daily web milestone, Herald of Clintar. So now we'll cover the web milestone, Herald of Clintar. And this is what I meant at the start of the video by it being a very generous event. You'll see from the table here that there are a lot of Symbiote Surfer orb fragments, and there are also a lot of Symbiote of the Spaceways milestone points. And we can basically get the event item in Symbiote of the Spaceways just doing this web milestone daily. What have we got to do? We've got to earn Blitz credits, 2,500. You get 750 from your daily objective. And I get an average of 20 Blitz credits per win. I've been tracking this for quite a while. So that means that you're going to need between 2 and 3 rotations, depending on how many wins and losses you get. You're going to need to get between 2 to 3 Blitz rotations per day to complete this milestone. As I mentioned back before in the part about Quick Rumble, however, during the Quick Rumble period, Tech Wizardry Quick Rumble period, I would be doing 8 rotations a day, because every Blitz win you get during that 2-day period is going to give you the Symbiote Surfer orb fragments, and obviously that is going to add points to the main event. So from this Herald of Clintar event, we will be getting daily 6,000 milestone points towards the Symbiote of the Spaceways event, and 8,000 Symbiote Surfer orb fragments. So 4 orbs to get Void Knight, and a further 6,000 points. So that's 14,000 points per day towards the main Symbiote of the Spaceways milestone. And speaking of the Symbiote of the Spaceways milestone, let's break that down now. So in this event, we are going to be spending campaign energy at a 7-to-1 ratio with a limit of 56,000. Now this is quite weird, because they don't normally limit spending campaign energy, or if they do, it's quite high. But this time it's a fairly low bar to entry on the hitting the limit. And we are also going to be getting points for earning the Symbiote Surfer orb fragments at a 1-to-1 ratio. We get 98,000 points from the web milestone. And so knowing what the daily free claim is, and also going by the campaign energy and stuff like that, the only thing I don't know is what we're going to be getting from the average drops on the Blitz during the Quick Rumble, and what we are also going to get from the Isotope 8 nodes, which we are going to be able to farm, which we'll come to in a second. So I've got us down currently at a reasonable free-to-play total of 159,292. We need to cover this. This is something else. So the ways we are going to find Symbiote Surfer orb fragments, first and foremost, in the Herald of Clintar daily web milestone, which requires 2 to 3 Blitz rotations per day. Second, beginning January the 31st, mark that date on your calendars at 1 PM PST until February the 2nd at 1 PM PST. Isotope 8 hard campaign nodes 14, 17, 110, 23, 26 and 29. Now these are all the ones that you can only farm 5 times. They cost 24 energy per time that you farm them, and they are the ones that are the bigger ones, the ones that give you a bit more, but you do get less chances to farm them. So they are the ones that are going to need to be farmed daily, and you might even, I hate to say this, but you might even want to spend cores to refresh those campaign nodes to get even more fragments from that, if you're really pushing hard on the Void Knight shards. The third way to get the orb fragments is going to be by winning Blitz during the Tech Wizardry Quick Rumble, which is why I said and I recommend 8 Blitz rotations per day during the time that the Quick Rumble is going. And fourth is in the daily free claims on the web, which we are getting 500 fragments from the daily free claim every day. So as you'll see, that 159,000 gets us just beyond milestone 15. And with 2,000 extra points needed, to get to milestone 16 at 161,000, I would really, I'd be upset if I couldn't get 2,000 orb fragments total. So 1 orb from farming the Isotope 8 nodes and doing that quick rumble. Will you get any further than that? I don't know. But by getting to milestone 16, you are going to earn yourself a mega gold orb. We are going to get a total of 25 augmented alien spores, which is enough to take Void Knight to gear tier 18 if you need to. Certainly just for that last level from gear tier 17 to 18 if you need to. I think we're going to fall short of milestone 18, which is an extra 25 Void Knight shards, but we are going to get 35 Void Knight shards just from the event itself. That's without what we pull in between that, without what we pull from the orbs. So how are we going to do this? We are going to be spending 4 50 core refreshes on campaign energy per day. That will get you to 54,292 points for the campaign energy section. If you want to cap this out at 56,000, all you have to do is spend a further 300 power cores. Now you can spend that over the 7 days. So basically do 3 extra 100 power core refreshes on the campaign energy, and that will cap out at 56,000 points. Like I said, we got the daily free claim for 7,000 points and the free claim Friday, which I don't know yet. And now on to my final thoughts. I am so surprised at how far we are going to get in the Symbiote of the Spaceways milestone. And getting those extra alien spores, I mean, that is a really, really good gesture from Scopely to try and sort this sort of bottleneck that has been quite apparent. And I think they've done a real good job of trying to, they've noticed the bottlenecks, whether this is from community feedback or themselves, but most likely community feedback, let's face it. But they've noticed these bottlenecks and they've started changing things, and it shows that the company is listening to places like the Player's Voice, places like the Envoys, content creators as a whole. So few notes to finish with. Hoard your Isotope 8 energy until the Alliance event and then go ham. So I'm currently doing that myself. Very easy set of events. Convoluted, yes, but easy. And potentially a mega gold orb at the end of the week. Yes, please. If you want to catch the initial impressions of the math, that is done every Friday on Mr. Hartgraves' channel. A link to his channel will be in the description down below. If this video has helped you in any sort of way, please do like, subscribe, do all those awesome YouTube things. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of Void Knight, what you think of the Hive Mind team even. I mean, we don't know Red Goblin yet, and that's a little worrying, I must admit, but I'm sure that his details will come out at some point soon. It's got to. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay positive, people.